Well, Galacticos, end of the league, not of the season, because we still might have the biggest prize available if we don't make a fool out of ourselves against Atleti in Milan. But well, the end of a league, a very strange league. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of this week that closes 38 match days of an intense league.
Yeah, it's been a long league. Of course, if you haven't done so yet, hit like, subscribe, leave your comment below. You know what to do.
And so let's talk about the good. I think the good thing here is to see the end of the season, or like the first season of Zidane in charge of Real Madrid.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely the best manager out of, if we could call it the second leg of the season. He was the best manager. I think I saw a stat somewhere that said if the league counted just for half of the league, we would have been 4 points ahead of Barcelona. So yeah, you could say that since Zidane has taken over, I mean, he's done wonders for this team. He's actually, I think we've spoken about this before in another Real News, that he's created cohesion between the team. He's made the players gel together as a team.
Yeah.
So he's done a great job.
And I think that's the good thing we keep from this last part of the league, especially maybe not so much from the tactical point of view, but definitely from the physical point of view. We see Real Madrid suffering a lot less from injuries. It's the good news that we have everybody available for the final. It is in 2 weeks. We have a quiet 2 weeks to prepare a good match. Also, those Atleti, so probably will be a better show, for the football lovers than it was 2 years ago. And from the emotional side, I think Zidane has done wonders, as you were saying, getting all the players on the same page and probably going in the same direction. And it was only 1 point that we couldn't win the league for, but still, it was a great end of the season, which kind of takes us to the bad, which is the fact that, for many years we haven't seen Real Madrid competing in a constant level of a good level for 9 or 10 months, which is what we should be doing. Instead of praising, a good 4 months that, we're not enough to win a league that started pretty much awfully.
Yeah, I mean, if this were like Argentina or, Colombia or Peru, and there was a Apertura and Clausura, like, 2 different tournaments within one league, then right now we could be happy saying, oh, we won the Clausura tournament, whatever. But no, it's not like that in Europe. In Europe, you have to be constant for 38 match days. You have to be constant for 10 months of competition. We've won 1 league in the last, how many years? In the last 8 years. Barcelona has won 6 out of 8. I know that Barcelona has had an incredible squad. They've done, amazing things in the last 10 years. But still, Real Madrid should be up there. That league that Atletico won, you could argue that we should have won that league.
Yeah, and besides the good squad that Barcelona have, they've shown something that we could have shown with the players we have. It's not they have Messi or Iniesta, whatever. But, I mean, we have great players, and the fact that we can't, I think it's very mental. The fact that we can compete constantly at a good level for 10 months. It's not about the quality of our players. I think it's about like a mental state of things that we're not getting there.
Yeah. Also, I think that, part of it is because we keep changing managers. I know a lot of you are going to be writing Florentino dimisión in the comment section. I don't know if that's it either. I think
Florentino has a lot to do with Real Madrid not being successful in the last years.
But I also think that it has to do with the players themselves.
Yeah.
I think this season is the perfect example of how players just did not want to play for Rafa Benitez. You could argue for or against Rafa Benitez all you want, but
the fact is they didn't want to play for him.
The players just did not like him.
That's
and
true.
The fact that, if Real Madrid signs a coach, the players should just play and be professional. And I think that, if you ask me, in my humble opinion, I think that we didn't win this league because of the players.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. If these players had been, it's kind of weird to think that, they need a coach, a figure to be professional.
Yeah.
And be on the same page from the beginning. It's like, we have to win the league, we have to be constant for 38 match days, and we weren't. But that would be the bad. Hopefully that will change in the seasons to come. And the ugly for us is the fact, the last 2 weeks, especially the last week, this whole strange aura that, the league was, some teams were not playing to win because some coaches wanted some teams to stay in the first division and some other teams to be relegated. And, the president of the Liga, Javier Tebas, making accusations that players were losing games on purpose because they were betting. It's all giving all this, unprofessional state of affairs that makes the league look not very good.
Yeah, like you said, all the speculation of, Real Madrid paying the Granada
The
players,
maletines
you know,
thing.
the suitcases full of cash. Like, this is not The Godfather, you know. Just all this kind of stuff. I think especially for La Liga, it really tarnishes the brand and the name of La Liga as a whole competition instead of just Real Madrid and Barcelona. And the fact that Tebas was even, you know, he was the one
accusing players
like
of
adding more fuel to the fire of this stuff. It just doesn't make any sense. That is definitely an ugly thing.
Yeah, so that would be the good, the bad, and the ugly. Galacticos want to know what you think about the good, the bad, and the ugly of this last week, maybe the whole season, and we'll see you in the real news. Let's see what the press has to say about this very eventful week that ends with some title for some teams, some nothing yet for other teams like us. So let's go with Marca first. Marca kind of personalizes everything on the figure of the Champions League, says we only think about you, which is you know, I think finally is one of the covers of Marca with which I agree totally. Well, they talk about that conjura, which is like a pact to win the Champions League. Like, it was necessary to mention that is obviously Real Madrid is going to go, you know, feel confident and try to win the Champions League. You know, you don't need to say that. But I do agree with the fact that, you know, like, we're only thinking about you now. The league is over, you know, it was over on Saturday, and, you know, the sooner we forget about it, the better. It's true, there's a lot of things to analyze, and we have to see what we did wrong, you know, to not be able to win it, and what we have to change in the future, you know, in the very near future to start winning leagues again. But the truth is, like, in 2 weeks, we're going to be playing the final of the Champions League, and that's what we have our mind on. So, okay, that's what Marca has to say. Only thinking about the beautiful picture of the Champions League. Hopefully that's what Real Madrid players are thinking about. I'm sure that's what they are thinking about. And hopefully we'll win it, you know, and not have an upset with Atletico, and we'll avoid losing and giving them their first European title. Let's go with us. Us changes a little bit and, you know, kind of praises Zidane, saying, well, the best start of a coach in the Liga for Real Madrid, you know, praising how he kind of reconducted the situation for Real Madrid. Has had an amazing run since, well, the leg and one game, 20 games he's been in charge of Real Madrid in the Liga. And also talking about, you know, the teams that were relegated, Rayo and Getafe went to the second division. And I'm talking a little bit about of everything, but especially that, you know, Zidane, and focusing on praising the good work that Zidane has done, and we're very happy with, and hopefully we'll have the chance of, you know, putting that cherry on top with the Champions League, which would be really kind of epical for Zidane to win as a player, and now as a coach, especially having come in, you know, in mid-season. That would be an incredible achievement. Hopefully for Zidane and for all Real Madrid fans, that will be a reality in 2 weeks. And well, let's go with sport. Not much mystery here with sport. They're celebrating, you know, a picture of all the people in Barcelona, in the Rua, celebrating with the players, you know, showing the league title. And, you know, yeah, good for them. You know, they earned it. You know, they suffered for a bit. It looked like they might stumble and not win it. But, you know, truth is, after 10 months, you know, they were the better team. They were the more constant team. And, you know, they won the league. They have reasons to celebrate. Let's let them enjoy it. So they're enjoying them. And sport, you know, yeah, oh, good for you, Barcelona. Good for you. So follow me to the follow and follow section, and I'll see you in a bit. Well, Galacticos here still for the follow and follow of the week to see who behaved and who misbehaved in the world of football this week. So follow and follow.
Follow, unfollow, follow, unfollow. You ready?
Yeah, follow and follow of the week.
All right, so I'll start. I'm gonna have to give my follow to El Pipita Higuaín. This guy, what a legend. I've always been the biggest Gonzalo Higuaín fan. I personally didn't think that they should have sold him and kept Benzema. I wish that Florentino would have kept him, because this guy, he's amazing. I'm giving him the follow because he scored 36 goals in Serie A.
Capo Cagnonieri.
36 goals, Capo Cagnonieri. This hadn't been done since 1929 by a player from Torino. I forget his name right now, but yeah, that's all I know about that. But yeah, I mean, this guy, it's so hard to score that many goals in Serie A. Obviously, we know that it's a very defensive league. He's done it with Napoli. It's not that he has done it with Juventus or a team that, you know, a team that has more stars, a team that has a little bit more...
Yeah, that wins games more easily, let's say.
Exactly, and he's been very, very important for Napoli to finish second.
And achieving, yeah, second place, which is probably the biggest achievement for Napoli since Maradona was there and winning those Scudettos and everything. So, yeah, I agree with that. Follow to El Pipa Higuaín. And follow?
Unfollow, again, with great pleasure, I unfollow an impresentable, an unpresentable of Barcelona ex-player Risto Stoichkov. He's done two things in the last week. The first one, he held a t-shirt, you can see it here, of Atlético de Madrid while he was standing on top of a Real Madrid jersey, and his caption was, haha, yeah, really funny, Risto. You're always thinking about Real Madrid, aren't you? Like a typical culé, you know, his Madriditis is so acute that he probably should go to a hospital to get it checked out. Now, the last one is he didn't take a picture, but I could actually see him dressing up these pigs with Real Madrid jerseys. So
you're thinking, like, if he didn't do it, who did it?
I know, but he posted a picture of these pigs dressed with Real Madrid jerseys, playing with the ball, and he said something like, "This is how, you know, this is how Real Madrid trains, basically." Haha. Yeah, very funny, Risto. Again, keep thinking about Real Madrid. We know that, you know, you're probably happier when Real Madrid loses than when Barcelona wins, and that's the truly pathetic thing here.
So unfollow for Risto Stoichkov. My follow and unfollow of the week. My follow goes to Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I'm a big fan of this guy. Actually, Iñaki, the Canon, recommended his biography. I Am Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Really good read. I recommend it highly. I loved it, and I kind of increased my love for this guy. And yeah, you know, I'm following him because he finished his time at PSG, becoming a legend. Put this tweet like, "Oh, I came as a king, left as a legend." Some might see it as a little bit arrogant, but you know, he kind of backs it up with goals. You know, he's become the top scorer in the history of the club. And I don't know, you know, scoring that symbolic goal in the 89th minute and leaving the pitch, some will say like it's kind of crazy, the game was not over. But you know, it's very symbolic, you know, leaving his time at PSG, you know, holding both his kids. I don't know, I just love this guy. I think he's had an amazing career. So I'll follow, you know, forever. I will follow you forever, Zlatan, I love you. And if you ever come to Madrid, you know, shoot a video with Real Galacticos. And my unfollow, with great pleasure too, I give to Neymar Jr. Neymar Jr. Again, you know, one of these guys who doesn't really understand what his place is in this Real Madrid-Barcelona rivalry. And, you know, after they won the title, there's this video of him saying, "Oh, campeones, campeones," so far so good. And then, chúpala, which means suck it. And I don't understand, like, who are you talking to, Neymar? Like, who you want to suck it? Like, Real Madrid, Atletico, your girlfriend, Shakira? Like, who you suck it what? Like, you know, what does that mean? Like, what do you say that? Number one, like, you should be celebrating a league that you won and that nobody else lost. So, you know, celebrate your things and don't, like, kind of, like, take joy in the defeat of others.
Again, is the typical Barcelona fan thing that is happier when Real Madrid loses something than when they win something.
And I think it's like he's putting like more wood in the fire, that maybe a fire he doesn't fully understand. And you know, like being completely out of place, like chúpala, you know, Neymar, what? Like, you chúpala, whatever. So,
and also, you know, in the last 3 months, he is the last player. You know, if Luis Suarez went out there and said, yeah, you know, with arrogance and said, you know what, suck it. Okay, fine. Luis, you deserved it. You scored how many goals in the season? Like 40 goals. No one had done that before Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Amazing achievement. But Neymar, what have you done in the last 3 months? You've been just walking around, going to Brazil, coming back to Spain, going to a party, going back to training.
So, you know, that's my unfollow. Well, Galacticos, that was the real review, the weekly review of everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We hope you enjoyed it. And even more, we want to know what was the good, the bad, and the ugly, your follow, your unfollow of the week. What did you think of everything that has happened? Of course, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. We'll be bringing you a lot of content this week about the league, next week about the final of the Champions League.
Yeah, a lot of you have been asking in the comment section what we're gonna do for the summer. Obviously, we're gonna cover the Euro Cup, we're gonna cover Copa America, we're gonna do a ton of videos about signings, profile of the players, who did good, who did bad, what we have to do to win the next league. All that kind of stuff is coming up, so make sure you hit like and subscribe.
And I will see you later.